Hello and welcome to yet another video here on the YouTube channel STF Wargaming Studio. My name is Andreas Norwegian Viking and this is my unboxing of the Nazgûl of Dol Guldur #1. So, this blister was on pre-release at the Forge World Open Day. I was lucky enough to have one of my friends over and picking me up not just this one, but do look out for my next video where I will be unboxing the #2 blister as well. So this blister contains the Witch King, the Dark Headsman, and one of the Slayer of Men. So let's check out the fine detail under the high-def camera now. So here we have the continuation of the unboxing of the Nazgûl of Dol Guldur #1. So this blister has not yet come out. I have no clue about when it will actually be released. Hopefully very soon as you're watching this. Maybe this Friday even. But let's have a look inside. I just flicked it open and we can just box out the content. So there's no instruction manual or anything on the back. It's just the normal front backing. And we get, seems like 3 bodies, well, should be 3 bodies, and there is, as well as 2 sprues. So these are all numbered, and 3 bases of course, 25mm bases for these. So these are all numbered, number 1, 2 and 3. So seems like the Dark Headsman is number 1, Witch King is number 2, and the Slayer of Men number 1 is number 3 on the sprue. So, and you can also see that the heads all have companion A, B and C. So I do believe that A goes on number 1 and so forth. Yeah, it even says A, B and C on the pegs there as well. And lastly you have the weapons blister, which doesn't have any numbers on them. Well, actually there is, my mistake, A, B and C on the sprue there as well. So everything seems to be in order, everything is there, so let's look at the detail. So looking at the Dark Headsman first, we can see that the chainmail is pretty damn crisp. So is the armor. Seems like there's a slight mold line running down the edge there, but that is nothing major at all. We have some scuffs, but that seems to be part of the sculpt, not the molding. And the cloak looks pretty crisp. There's some air bubbles in the crease there, but then again, nothing major. So the main part of this model looks pretty damn good. Did I put it out of focus for there a while? Right, so one of the main detracting things to these models has been that they are weirdly proportioned. So personally, I don't think they are. I think that the volume of the cloaks and the chainmails and the armor makes it seem like it's kind of weirdly proportioned. So I think the hips of this model is in somewhat the right place. I do think that the arms are big, but that is because they are encased in armor, so it wouldn't be weird that they are a bit bigger. And yeah, I think it does look better in person than they do in the picture. Looking at the Witch King next. So we do have a very, very cool helmet. Does look pretty darn intimidating. Again, I think the hips are in the right place. The arms are big, but then again, I do think that is attributed to him being in full plate armor on the upper body. upper torso and the arms. So we don't really have any mold lines running through on this side, but we do have one running down on this side, and it does seem like the mold has been slightly out of place, leaving us to do a bit of work over there. But then again, it is nothing major. If you worked on fine cast models, this should be a piece of cake. So yeah, I do think this is a very, very cool model. And lastly, we have the the Slayer of Men #1. And this model, however, I'm not overly fond of, because it has such a volume that there's really no center, no center line, so to speak. I do think the armor sculpt is very nice. I think the cloaks are sculpted very naturally, but there's something with the overall feel of it. It seems a bit clunky. However, I think when I add the top of the polearm, it will look larger, detracting from the stoic and small nature of the model, because it's not small by any stretch. Let's have a look at the castellan next to it, and it is quite tall, but it does look like kind of a big dwarf, because of the volume of this particular sculpt. So this is one that I rate lower than the other two. The other two are fantastic models and fantastic sculpts. This one, however, I feel is a bit off. Maybe it should have been a bit less wide in the waist area. That's what I think would fix it. But yeah, then again, of the quality of the actual mold, I thought there was a chip there, but it was just part of the helmet design. Slight mold line going down there, but nothing major. So this is all good. The quality of the models is as good as we can expect from Forge World. Looking at the arms, again, some of the criticism has been on the arms, that they are big and clunky. I do not think so. I think they are rightly proportioned, having such big gauntlets and big plate mail on it. So I think this is quite cool. It looks intricate enough. Looks yeah, does look very, very intricate, especially the Dark Headsman and Witch King armor. And lastly, to the weapons. This is always the most fearful part. So the weapons are pretty darn crisp. Look at the sword for the Witch King, the axe for the Dark Headsman, and the weird spear tip or mace for the Slayer of Men. Obviously, with such fine casting, there will be slightly bent, but nothing quick work off with a hairdryer, or just pop it over a kettle, boiling kettle, letting the steam do its work. And then a very good tip after doing the kettle work or hairdryer is to put a paperclip, not a paperclip, just a clothes peg or something over the most affected area, so that it keeps straight while hardening. But yeah, the Headsman axe is slightly off, the Witch King's blade is slightly off, and the down by the handle is slightly off. So it's all weird slightly towards the right as you look at it now. But I think with a quick work, pardon, this will be an amazing kit. to paint and put together. 3 parts per model plus the base. No base inserts for these. Many of the models have had base inserts, but yeah, it's good. So price of these models are £32 for the 3 of them. That's under £11 per model, which I find is acceptable for this kind of quality. Yeah, so maybe 30 would have been like pushing it price wise, but I think a bit above a tenner a piece, 10.66 is perfectly fine for these. I don't have an issue paying £96 for the full set of 9, which will be amazing. So that was my unboxing of the Nazgûl of Dol Guldur number 1. Please tell me in the comments what you think about these models, and as always, please comment, like, share and subscribe. Consider supporting STF on Patreon using the link in the description below. It is a subscription service where you can donate from $1 up to however much you want per month, and you get set rewards depending on your pledge levels, including all pledge levels get exclusive videos each month, as well as other cool perks. And as ever, support your hobby.